mud bone. See, people talk about hard times, but hard times was way back. They didn't even have a year for it. They just called it hard times. And it was dark all the time. I think the sun came out on Wednesday. And if you wasn't up early, you missed it. Well, I happened to be out there on Wednesday, and the sun hit me right in the face. So I grabbed a bunch of it. I rubbed it all over myself. See, the white folks, they don't want us to have none of it because it cheer you up on the inside. So about the next week, I said, dang, that sun was beautiful. So then I went out on a date. Lucinda Bell May. We went up on a hill, and then I got to rubbing a little. Well, the director said this is going to be a PG show, so I'm going to leave it at that. All I'm going to say is we were shining in more ways than one. Now, the man you're going to hear about today, he's the most fascinating person I ever become acquainted with. Yeah, I told the boy, I said, you don't get off being no fool. Sure. The boy, he was married 7 times to 5 women. 2 of them he married twice. I said, what was you thinking? He said, well, it was so bad, I had to block it out of my memory, and I forgot I married her, so now I fell all in love all over again. Well, I told him, I said, no matter what happens in life, you got to remember one thing. He said, what's that, Mother Bone? Brush my teeth. I said, yeah. He said, wash my drawers. I said, yeah, but it's a little different than that. I told him, no matter what happens, always remember to keep some sunshine on your face. Now, thank you all. Have a good night. Enjoy the show.
From PRYOR, Illinois, poverty to Hollywood. From abandonment by his mother to being adored by millions of fans. From tragedy to triumph and back again. A multi-talented entertainer and survivor with no self-pity. Born December 1st, 1940, he became one of the most influential comedians in the history of comedy.
I wasn't much taller than my daddy's shin when I found that I could make people laugh. I remember one time I was sitting on a rail of bricks, and I just kept falling over and over again. Yeah, see, everybody laughed. So I just kept falling. But guess what? While I was falling, a dog came by and boo-booed in the yard. And it was the sticky, wet boo-boo. I got up and ran to my grandma, and I slipped in the dog poop. And that was my first joke. All this boo-boo. And I've been covered in it ever since.
Now at school, PRYOR played the part of a class clown, a natural performer. PRYOR was cast in the production of Rumpelstiltskin.
Growing up is a minefield. You got to be careful who you hang around. But that's not always easy to remember. One time I was playing in the alley around the corner from the house, and an older guy named House was standing there. Right away I knew he was trouble. I should have run, but I didn't. He threw me up against the wall, and then he pulled his pocket out. Suck it, he went. I did as he told me. He left me chilling, trembling. Until now, I told no one. Never.
1960s, he released his first comedy album, and then one thing changed forever. There was a world of junkies, winos, poor hustlers, and prostitutes screaming inside his head. He had quoted, "The longer I kept it bottled up, the harder they tried to escape."
How's everybody doing? All right. Doing all right? I don't care if it's 2 or 200. I need to talk back. How's everybody doing? All right. I'm from a small town, Peoria, Illinois. Anybody heard of it? Yeah. Okay. Very, very small. We used to call it 1 below. It was right next to 2 below. There you go, somebody got it. I come from an average family, 11 kids. No mom and dad, just kids. I lived in Puerto Rico. Well, see, my mother was Negro. My father was white. Lived in a Jewish tenement building in an Italian neighborhood. Whenever I go outside, they'd be like, "Get him! He's all of them!" I used to think my parents didn't like me, because they used to send me to the store for bread, then they move. It's okay to laugh at the same joke twice. I thought my wife was going to do it. There you go. I need the same energy. Anybody ever rode the subway before?
Of course.
Not of course. I mean, yeah. Okay, cute. You got to be careful on the subways. You got to watch out for pickpockets.
Okay.
Shoot. Guy had his hand in my pocket. I said, "Hey, man, what are you doing?" "Looking for change." Get your hand out of my pocket. The next time somebody tried that on me, put their hand in my pocket, I said, "Pah!" It was an 80-year-old woman. Woo! You see, men, we only know one way to open a can. We sit the can on the counter, put the knife on the can, and then we hit the can as hard as we can, and then the can goes flying across the room. So then we go grab that can, sit it back on the counter, then we put the knife in there, and we hit the knife, and then we hurt our hand with the knife. Then we pick that can back up, we put it on there, and then we put the knife on there, and then we hit it, and then we cry. Thank you all. That's my time. Then go run the show.
He walked off the stage in the middle of his performance, turned his back on the crowd, and his old politically correct humor. He later married Shelley Bones in 1968.
How's everybody doing?
All right.
All right. I got a personal question. Huh? How about you, Anna? You turn the lights up a little bit more, you can talk about you. I got a personal question.
What's that?
Anybody out there smoke marijuana? It eased my pain and insecurity. It turned me into a whole new man. But then, started snorting cocaine. I just started snorting tiny little pinches. Shoot. My dealer told me I was going to be tripping when I took it. I said, I ain't going nowhere without my luggage. During one performance, I repeated the most offensive word ever used in the context of black people.
What's that?
Nigga.
Oh.
Shut up, niggas. And I just kept saying it over and over again. Nigga, 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 nigga. I just kept saying it as if it was numb as wretchedness. Feed, pop, ho, nigga. Hello, I'm a nigga. Now what's this? Police kill more niggas than the KKK. Like, how do you accidentally shoot a nigga 6 times in the chest? Right, like my gun just fell on it and went crazy. That's my time. Have a good night.
Richard and Shelley Pryor divorced after being married for only
1 year.
No, they actually lasted 2 years. While on top of the world, he captured the world of Hollywood's most wanted starlet, Miss Pam Grier, better known as AKA Foxy Brown. During their rise, they found time to stop at the music mecca of soul, none other than the what? The Soul Train!
I just got nominated for a Grammy for my new album. Anybody know the name of my album? No? Let's try. Let's try. Come on, shout it out. I can hear you. Who? I heard it. And one step closer. That's part of it. Huh? I said nigga was part of it. All right. Anybody? No more guesses? That nigga was crazy. Now, I want to do a little bit from my album, but I don't know if y'all can handle the rated R version or not. Let's think around a boots. Who wants the rated R version?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey, that's my niece. She's heard words from me before. No, I'm just joking. Who would like to hear the PG version? So I guess the people not clapping don't want to hear no version. That's a little bit. I like to talk about the difference between white people and black people. First of all, at churches, black preachers, they think they know God personally. I really don't know what white preachers think, because as soon as I walk inside the church and I hear that creepy music, I don't know if Dracula's about to jump out or not. But black preachers think they know God personally. You know, I was standing on the corner. I was eating a tuna fish sandwich. I was standing on the corner in 1949. You ate anything you could get. So I'm standing there eating my tuna fish sandwich. Then I heard a voice from up on high. The boys, they got magnificent. Then the boys got holy. Say they got holy. Say they got holy. And then the voice of God, it spoke to me. The voice of God said, nigga, give me some of that sandwich. I hear you laughing in the back. I appreciate it. And it's also a difference with black and white people at funerals. Because see, at funerals, white people, they cry softly. Then they hold it in till they get home, so they can cry softer. Look on dinner. But see, niggas, put my wig back. Keep looking on, I gotta put my wig back on. I gotta put my wig back on and you got the light on. My grandma speak like that at my auntie's funeral. It scared the hell out of me. My grandma said, I want to go with you. She was at the casket talking about, I want to go with you. I want to go with you. So I pushed the tail in the casket. She said, who put me? Who put me? Well, that's all I got. So y'all have a good night, niggas.
power couple known as Rich and Pam ended when she was devastated to find out not only was he cheating, but he married another woman. That's right. In 1977, Richard married his secret love and adult entertainer and actress, Deborah McGuire. So ladies, tell me, are you sick of your man not being romantic? If so, do like so many women in the world, just kick him out. Now, staying true to the length of his previous marriage, Richard and Deborah divorced after only being married for 1 year. Turned into a perpetuating cycle, isn't it? All right, so now that we're seeing that Richard's having a hard time staying married, but having a successful career, but seeing that he's having a little bit of drug problems and spiraling out of control, he still stays true to the game, mentoring one young Eddie Murphy and other comics that were coming up in the world. So, here shortly we're going to venture, see here.
In my entire life, nothing is something that never happened to me. And that didn't change in the summer of 1986. I was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis. I kept it a private matter, my problem. I didn't want to be seen as debilitated. So I told no one.
Now on stage and in front of the camera, Richard hid the devastating news of having multiple sclerosis to protect himself and the ones he loved. But the disease took a toll on him over time, leaving speculation that he was dying of AIDS or any massive heart attack. This family and friends come to visit.
I would be lying if I didn't admit there have been several times I wanted to pick up the 357 beside my bed, close the curtain, call it a show. black man's fate, I suppose. But y'all don't know what kept me going?
What?
I always remember to keep some sunshine.
Died December 10, 2005. New generations are discovering Pryor's routines on YouTube as well as widely available DVDs and CDs, making him famous all over again, and with good reason. Unlike the comedy that standards to a sniggering audience, Richard Pryor's work had authenticity, purpose, and odd dignity. His acute social observation and self-parodies were timeless, and so were his strivings for racial pride. Richard Pryor will never lose his position as a cultural icon, and we can only hope that a cure for this debilitating disease will soon be found. He gave us love, he gave us laugh, he gave us sincerity. Richard Pryor, you will be missed, and we will always love you.
How we doing? Y'all enjoy the show? Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Don't sound like that, but that sounds like sympathy claps to me. I don't want sympathy claps. I want y'all to give it up if y'all enjoy the show. Now, I know most of y'all think Mudbone ain't nothing but an old drunk. Keep it to yourself. But if you don't take nothing else from this show, I need every person in here to remember. Shut up, nigga. I'm joking. No, seriously. I need everybody in here to realize that no other human being has the power to decide whether you succeed or fail. Nobody has the position of God. Sometimes people are going to be difficult, no matter what you do. Sometimes you can help people over and over again, and they still not return the love. Sometimes, some people gonna show up just to see you fail. Friends and family. But no matter what, you cannot give up. I'm a living witness. I'm a living testimony. Because me, myself, Timothy John, have lost a lot of people in my life. From 2 children to brother to a whole lot of family. And that's why I'm able to stand here and no weapon formed against me prosper. With that being said, I know there's people in here right now that are still grieving losses for people that's not here. And if there's nothing else you take from this show, if there's nothing else I can do to inspire and influence you, this is it. We are supposed to give our flowers to the living, not the dead. Okay? I need you all to know, regardless what you think your talent is or how many people support you, there's always somebody who's looking at you, who's depending on you to be their strength and their inspiration. It might be a child, it might be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be somebody older than you that you don't know you have an impact on. So we have to realize that there's other people in this room dealing with some of the same pains and struggles we do. there's other people in our life that's dealing with some of the same things we've gone through. I want to make it clear right here. Timothy John Strong is a believer in Jesus Christ Yeshua. What that means is I believe that there was someone who loved me enough, no matter what I did, now, then, or later, to sacrifice. We are here now to sacrifice for other people, even the ones who don't appreciate it. That is why I sleep good every single night. From the bottom of my heart and the depth of my soul, I thank each and every person in here tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I left everything on the table for y'all. I love y'all. God bless you. See, I ain't have to say call it money. You already know. What am I going to say about you? It's true. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, in front of everybody, you know what I'm saying? In front of everybody. Come on up, man. Don't take no slow walk. This dude think he cool because we got the same shoes. That dude fly right there. You know what I'm saying? Me and this dude, 18 years ago, pledged capped out for soccer. You know what I'm saying? 6 weeks, 5 days, 8 hours, 51 minutes, 40 seconds on mine. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I said a long time ago when it comes to fraternity versus God, they could be in the same boat with Bill Cosby and the rest of them. Straight up. That's from me to y'all, so y'all know where I'm at. Same thing with the game. You know what I'm saying? If it's God versus something that is not God or not pushing me in the direction of God, I'm going to ride with God every time. You know what I'm saying? So when I made that stance, there was a lot of people who left me. There was a lot of people who didn't support me. There was a lot of people who had different agendas to get at me, but never showed up. You know what I'm saying? And so through that, God brought us together even closer. This dude said the other day that he don't believe that his faith and his relationship with God will be as strong as it is today if it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, my dude, man, like in the midst of the first show, the second show, the third show, this dude been dealing with life as only people know when it's at their worst, how life can bring it sometimes. And he might have been late a couple times and kind of slowed up in the last few days, but for the past 4 or 5 weeks, been one of the most consistent people I can ever know. You know, for real. And there's a name. Oh, matter of fact, when I wasn't hearing from him when I needed him a few months ago, he said that the reason why I came around because I said, as a man, you need to come through and have my back because I done had your back time and time and time again. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, before everybody, I want to apologize to you for being so hard on you, for not being more understanding. You know what I'm saying? As a man. So yeah, now I'm here to take you over too. You know what I'm saying? Thank you all for coming. Thank you all. God bless. Yeah,